What's up, everybody? It's the Millionaire Move Show. Check it out. We're going to watch this video. Terence Crawford slams Floyd Mayweather for mistreating fighters. Oh, yeah? Did that really happen? Let's check it out and talk about it.
Terence Crawford recently took to X and made a surprising post urging boxers to take matters into their own hands.
This is exactly the point. I say we need boxers at the table, and at Oscar De La Hoya says, sit down and shut up. You really think we better if y'all keep running things? Sorry, this is like a mile away from my eyes. You don't get it. We need to do things different like other sports. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Crawford's got a good point there. Always trying to perfect the sport and business. But let's continue what he says. Let me blow this up real quick. Let's blow this up. Continuing. We have the power and y'all can't keep us from using it. That's a good point. Like actors, well, A-list actors, big actors with names have the power. Or do they? That's up for debate. Okay, and Oscar responds respectfully at Terence Crawford. I disagree. Fighters should hire smart, competent representation that will look out for the best interest of his client, and fighters should worry about the small window of opportunity they have to fight as many times as they can in their short careers. Well, okay, let's analyze this real quick. Well, let's listen to the video and let's respond and talk about it. Let's continue.
Crawford also slammed boxing promoters Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the process for suppressing their voices and not letting them speak.
However, since what he said is about Oscar applies to Floyd, and actually really and truly applies more to Floyd than it does to Oscar De La Hoya.
Crawford's recent post comes after Showtime Boxing announced it will be shutting down. This urged Crawford to react as he took a dig at boxing promoters such as De La Hoya and Mayweather. Fan in Boxing reacted to Crawford's tweet and slammed the welterweight champion for giving bad advice to young boxers. Here's what he had to say.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Terence Crawford is dead wrong.
Okay, I never heard of Fan in Boxing. I just started getting into this stuff, and I started, the guy this AI video usually uses. Maybe it's that dude that's putting these AI videos together. Who knows? Let's continue.
Dead wrong, and it is not good advice that he's giving to young boxers.
So how did Terence Crawford and other boxers react to Showtime Boxing shutting down?
Well, again, let's dissect. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. I'm a very busy man, got a lot on my plate here, so I'm just jumping in. I can't... I'm not even thinking about what he said. I got to go back and look at it real quick. What did Terence Crawford say? Once again, let's dissect it. Let's talk about this. Terence Crawford said, this is exactly the point. I say we need boxers at the table, and that Oscar De La Hoya says, sit down and shut up. Yeah, that's true. You really think we better if y'all keep running things? You don't get it. We need to do things different like other sports. We have the power and y'all can't keep us from using it. Well, you know what? He makes a lot of good points. And as an artist and as a self-made type of person, I'm not saying I'm a multi-millionaire, but as someone that's done what he likes to do and generated his own income without working for the man, so to speak, I like what Terence Crawford's saying. It's a matter of opinions. I get what this dude, whoever, the guy with the bald head disagrees. I don't know who he is or what he's leaning towards or why. Maybe he's a professional and works for De La Hoya. I don't know. Is he an announcer? I don't know who he is. Because people have they won't say certain things if they work with other people or have business relationships with other people, because then they kind of can't be real and transparent because they're worried about their jobs. But I don't know. I could be off base with that because I don't know who he is. So Oscar De La Hoya says respectfully, again, I disagree. Fighters should hire smart, competent representation that will look out for the best interest of the client, and fighters should worry about a small window of opportunity they have to fight as many times as they can in their short careers. Well, that's true too. See, well, both things are true. But essentially, if you really rip it apart and parse everything, and you could come up with, a debate on why Terence Crawford is right. Because boxers are straight up getting pimped out. And they've been getting pimped out since the beginning. By managers, by promoters. Now you have a conflict of interest. This is just my rebuttal, what I'm saying, off the head. I'm not even thinking much about it. Oscar De La Hoya is now a promoter. He's a promoter. So is he going to is it true? Because he started Golden Boy to favor boxers to do everything differently. But is he doing everything differently? I don't know. These promoters are notoriously just taking advantage of fighters. This goes back to Don King. Shady contracts, shady business dealings. And if you listen to what Crawford say, because Floyd Mayweather, money, didn't he do it? Became a self-promoter, cut the middleman out, so to speak. Well, the big portion of it. And I think that's what Crawford is trying to say here, more or less, right? And De La Hoya's got a job now. If fighters don't go to him and promote, what's he going to do? That's his job. He's going to look out for the best interest, meaning his money is going to work for the fighter, but believe it, De La Hoya is going to collect a heavy dividend on the fighter by getting millionaire money moves, of course, by getting a percentage of everything. The fighters, the fight, the gate, the whatever, the pay-per-view sales. It's a business. So why would De La Hoya sit back and go, oh, wait up, Crawford, you're right. We should give all the power to you. That would be bad business, people. Bad business. And bad business, in turn, doesn't make what? It rhymes with funny. You got it. Money. So that's bad business. So can Oscar De La Hoya truly mean that? I don't know. I'm not Oscar De La Hoya. What is he doing? I don't know. I don't look into his business. What has he done for fighters? Did he create more opportunities outside of what Bob Arum and Don King have done in the past? Has he done more for fighters? Do they have a health and pension plan for fighters under Oscar? I'm just putting these questions out there. Under Golden Boy Promotions? Do they have a union for boxers? Do they? Do they have a retirement plan for boxers under Golden Boy Promotions? Just putting it out there. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Maybe not all of this. So maybe someone should try to do that. To start, like some promoter should say, hey, if you're signing with me, we're really looking out for you. I'm Oscar De La Hoya. I'm Bernard Hopkins. We're doing what other promoters never really did. We're going to actually, the fighters we're going to sign are actually going to have a pension plan. They're going to have financial advisors that we provide because we have a fund, like a union situation. And we're going to really look out for our fighters, really do things that no other promoters have ever done. Now, what the heck do I know? That's what I'm saying. So going back to that, tying that into what Terence Crawford is saying, we have the power and y'all can't keep us from using it. Well, maybe when you got a Terence Crawford type fighter, up and coming, or no, a fighter that's established and they're big and a promoter wants them, maybe it's time to change the game like Jordan did, like Jordan's parents did. They started getting a percentage of the Air Jordan. Maybe they should say, hey, we're not signing nothing because how do I, until I have these guarantees. I want some money up front for my the people I work with. I want some security. I want more percentages of this and that. If I continue to win, if I sign a 5-fight deal with, let's say, Top Rank or Golden Boy, I want a percentage of whatever they desire, and then negotiate that on down. Use it as leverage. Otherwise, you're going to say, goodbye, Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not signing you because now you created a bidding war. This may sound crazy, but I think it makes sense. This is what I would be doing. If you had a remarkable talent in boxing like a Crawford, and you're undefeated, and you call all the shots, like he says, we have the power, why not leverage it? Why not then go, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, De La Hoya, I can't do this. I'm going to Top Rank now. Top Rank is offering me this. Not only is Top Rank offering me, let's say, $10 million 3-fight deal out the gate for my first big contract, they're offering me health and pension for my whole team. They're offering me this. They're offering me that. They're offering me a financial team. That's a third party that is not affiliated with the actual promotion. It's a third party, but they're paying for it. Like, just put things in there. You can go on and on and on. Make a list. The fighter should, the star with all the power, and make a list and really try to shop that list around. Like that Jordan, because if you saw the Jordan movie, and if you know Michael Jordan's story, I would suggest something like that. Anyway, way off track here, but that's just me, off the top of the head, just coming up with things like that. Let's continue.
Fan in boxing say about Crawford's post, and why does he think he's wrong? We take a look at this and more in today's video. So the big news is that Showtime Sports is shutting down later this year. The premium sports brand specialized in boxing and sports documentaries, but following the merger with Paramount Plus, the company decided to move in another direction, following the news. Paramount Global released a statement saying, "As we evolve our strategy to more efficiently allocate resources and align our content offering across the business, we've made the difficult decision not to move forward with boxing and other content produced by the Showtime Sports team. Showtime will continue to air and support the remaining 2023 boxing slate and honor obligations through the end of the year. We want to express our deepest gratitude to our employees who have contributed to this award-winning sports programming over multiple decades."
Well, again, I'm not going to go on a long rant about it. In one of my previous videos, recent videos, I talked about this. I talked about how Showtime, what it's reduced to these days, Showtime Boxing, that is, it's basically competing with all these apps, and they had no room to wiggle out of this. HBO saw that coming on the horizon over 5 years now, about 5 years ago, and they terminated their boxing over at at HBO. Well, good things come to an end, and Showtime coming to an end here, honestly, is totally 100% not surprising to me. And I want to go on record real quick. I've always said Showtime was a curse for commentators, because if you go back, you can see Bobby Ches, boxer, hired for commentating, got in some drama, got fired. Antonio Tarva, excuse me if I'm remembering this wrong, commentating for Showtime boxing, got fired. Then Paulie M got fired. I found out. I didn't even know. He just disappeared. I had to Google it. So that is a curse. Why did all these fighters in a row get fired from Showtime Boxing? It's the Showtime curse. So now the curse is in full effect, and it's a graveyard and a RIP for Showtime. Am I going to miss it? Meh. I got it at tapes. Just one less expenditure for me. My cable's pulled anyway these days. It's just almost done. I got Showtime running, but I've made the decision to go 100%. I'm like 95% apps now. So let's continue.
The end of 2023, my people. Showtime is out of boxing at the end of 2023. Sad day for boxing because we lose another network. We're not sure what the future holds.
Showtime Sports.
Okay, you're not sure what the future holds. I just have an idea of what the future holds because it's not too hard to tell. Most of boxing is going to be on different apps. It's going to be really confusing for a lot of people. It's going to be more harder to access, whereas back in the day you had a couple channels. You were lucky if you see it on ABC, CBS. If you're if you're like I was a kid, and then it went into HBO, Showtime, and ESPN, and that was it. There was 3 channels where you would get your major boxing from: ESPN, Showtime, Friday Night Fights. Remember that? And in the 90s, and HBO. HBO was the biggest and the best. Showtime, in my opinion, HBO was Showtime was a touch behind. ESPN was third. You see a lot of up-and-coming fighters, so it's going to be that much harder, that much more fragmented now for you to get your boxing, for me to get my boxing. You're going to be reduced to people like me, millionaire moves. I'm not trying to waste a lot of money. I'm all about, I'm going to put these videos up. Budgeting. Why should I go out real quick? Why should I go out and buy a Mercedes right now when I can afford one and flex to my neighbors and flex to people I don't know? Why am I going to do that when I could have that money sitting in a bank collecting 4.9 interest, APY, 5 point and above? Yes, it's real. It happens. I'd rather do that than have a nice Mercedes flexing in the driveway, have a nice economical car, hardly use it, just sitting there chilling. It's safe. It got airbags, all that good stuff, and I got money what people don't know. I got money growing in the bank. Real quick story, want to make you laugh real quick? One time I went out, I went to Snowblow. Here I am sitting on, cashola, finances, ETFs, all that good stuff. I had a neighbor, older neighbor, flexing with a Mercedes that is constantly, they don't even own it. They don't even own it. They lease it. My man looked at me. I was doing him a favor, doing his walk. He don't even have a snowblower. And he says, you can make money with that thing. He said to me, you can make money with that thing. This dude thought I was poor. He thinks I'm poor. Hilarious. Because I'm the only one around here with just that one car like that. My money's making money for me while I'm sleeping. Just saying. So this makes no sense. Why I'm talking about that? Because it's fragmented now. And you're going to have to buy more apps. The app prices, mark my words, are all going to go up. So when you cut the cable, when you're paying $250 for cable, now you're going to be paying 15, 20. They're going to go up and up. Watch, 35 for one app to get your boxing on. And then you're going to be reduced. You're going to be reduced unless you're crazy and you want to waste money, because it makes no sense to waste money. Why do that when you can invest it? You're going to have all these apps and you're going to be reduced. People like myself to watching highlights or watching replays online. No big deal for me. No big deal for me. I can do that. I have that discipline. But let's continue. Just saying.
News for boxing. It's just a sign of the future, and the sign that the way that content is being distributed and delivered to fight fans.
Now, Ryan Garcia and Terence Crawford were among the first to react to Showtime Boxing's shutdown. They both believe the sport needs unity. Garcia posted on his X account. He expressed disappointment about the news, stating that Showtime and HBO helped boxing grow. Furthermore, he called for boxers to unite. Furthermore, Crawford noticed Garcia's tweet. He agreed with the lightweight champion. According to Bud, boxers indeed need to unite.
So basically, it's going to get a lot more harder. The future is going to just go like that. It's going to be a lot more harder, a lot more disjointed, a lot more, you're going to have to really search for boxing. And whereas you'll have, MMA, if you're UFC fans, a lot more easier because it's one organization. And as for MMA, I think it's if boxing only was like that, it's never going to happen. It would have to start like that. But you got Bellator, you got competing, but UFC's where it's at, right? Ultimate Fighting Championships, a lot more easy. One belt. How did we get how are we being treated like as boxing fans over the years and just disrespected by having multiple titles? All these greedy promoters, these greedy sanctioning bodies coming up with 1 million belts, and it's collecting money, and there's one champion and there's another champion in the same division. Are you kidding me? How do we allow this disrespect? I don't like it. I never did like it. They used to, trinkets. That was like the N-word of ESPN. I think Brian Kenny started that, or someone over there. I think it's ridiculous. Should have one belt per division. All this other title stuff is nonsense. It's BS. It's a money grab, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So that's it. I'm going to just wrap this up right now. And another thing, AI, that's something to look out on YouTube. You're going to have so many fake, like, how do we know Terence Crawford slams Floyd Mayweather for mistreating fighters? Now I got to go look at the X post, the original post, to make sure it's real. No, because I'm not a promoter. I'm just reacting and commenting to these videos. But I've seen some of these sports videos just making drama up to get you to watch. Thousands and thousands of views, and there was no real. It was all allegations and all speculation and theories, and basically I could do it, anyone could do it. You want to get eyeballs on your stuff, but how long is that going to last, where you could just literally mislead your entire audience? Let's just say today, if I want a real sensational title, like Terence Crawford body slammed Oscar De La Hoya backstage in a press conference, and people click on this stuff and they read it, and in the comments a lot of the people are believing it because you got an AI narration robot and ChatGTP script. Anyway, it's gonna get real interesting. How long will those videos allowed to be monetized by YouTube? Just saying. All right, it's your boy, and I'm out with another one.